Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football Late Night. Breaking news for the LSU Tiger fans as they land four-star athlete from the 2025 class, Keylan Moses. And it's really nice to see Coach Kelly and the LSU Tigers really starting to lock down the state of Louisiana. Once again, doing a really good job in that 2024 class. But you take a look at the 2025 class, LSU really trending to land all the top names coming out of the state of Louisiana, and you look to getting back LSU where it belongs, especially from a talent standpoint, locking down the Louisiana border, absolutely massive. Keylan Moses, little brother, a former five-star linebacker who went to Alabama, Dylan Moses. The bloodlines are really exciting as well. Going to get into Keylan Moses, what he brings to this LSU defense. Before we do, just want to say thank you to you guys. And for the LSU Tiger fans, this is going to be a very busy next couple of weeks. Not only do you have signing day coming up and you're making a late push for a couple of those top kids in the 2024 class that we'll talk about, but you also have the transfer portal opening up where Coach Kelly, he got aggressive last year. He's going to get aggressive this year, going to be trying to cover as many of the roster moves for the LSU Tigers as we can. Appreciate you guys rocking with the boys. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into Keylan Moses. And I'm not going to lie, and I don't love to do this for a kid who's in the 2025 class, really high expectations for him. But when you turn on the film and getting ready to talk about what Keylan Moses brings to the table for LSU, it's really hard not to think about former five-star linebacker playing for LSU right now, Harold Perkins. I mean, measurables, almost identical, right? 6'2", 210 pounds, kind of that undersized linebacker that can come off the edge. You turn on Keylan Moses' film, and we'll do that in just a sec. You see very similar traits to Harold Perkins, right? In terms of playing on the edge, being kind of one of those players that is just always around the football, always behind the backfield, and kind of wrecking havoc for opposing offenses, turning on the film. And this is a guy that what's most exciting about Keylan Moses and what he can bring, one, two-way athlete that can get it done both on the offense and defensive side of the ball. Sounds like he will be playing defense for LSU, but a very similar way to Harold Perkins. Really good in space, being that off-ball linebacker, but he is phenomenal coming off the edge as well. I mean, one of the most nasty spin moves that I've ever seen. I mean, just leaving tackles in the dust consistently. And when it is time to close down and kind of close the distance on the quarterback or ball carrier, and Keylan Moses certainly does that as well. Again, spin move is about as impressive as I've ever seen. Fighting off a block, being a force in the run game, that's really what you like to see as well. Again, this guy is versatile. He flies around the football field. But what I love most about him is, yeah, he can play that off-ball backer spot, but dirty spin move, like a really good edge rusher. You try to double team with the running back, relentless effort, high motor. Those are all things that you absolutely love from Keylan Moses. And take a look at him on the offensive side of the football. You see the athleticism, right? You see the ability to play in space, the short area quickness, the absolute, I mean, I guess you'd say, what do the young kids say, the dog in him? This is a guy that I think LSU fans should be really excited about. Again, you see the long speed when it comes out in space. He runs the football as a running back, like a linebacker. But this is what I love most about him. I mean, a guy that not only gets it done in the pass rush, but he's staying physical in the run game as well. Coming off the edge here, going to be finding the ball carrier, taking on a block. Not many things that Keylan Moses doesn't really check. And you take a look at this 2025 class, and what you're kind of excited about is Coach BK, I mean, getting a head start. You land Dakarian Moore, who is one of the more talented wide receivers you see in the 2025 class. You go get Keylan Moses. The next guy you're looking for in this 2025 class, getting an early start, is a guy in Harlem Berry, also from the state of Louisiana, the number one player in the state, one of the top running backs in the 2025 class. And what's been LSU's main goal the last couple of classes, especially in the 2024 class, in the 2025 class, is getting speed. And a guy like Harlem Berry, 10.7, 600-meter dash time, a little bit undersized right now, but has that frame at 5'11" to get up to 200 pounds. Harlem Berry, a game changer at the running back spot, kind of very similar to Caden Durham, where just you get that much speed on the field, you're going to be really hard to deal with for opposing defenses. Harlem Berry committing on December 18th. LSU sounds like they're in a really good spot for him. I want to talk about a guy in the 2024 class real quick. And that is Draylon Miller, again, committed to Texas A&M, backs off his commitment at Jimbo Fisher, gets fired. And it sounds like LSU is also in the running for Draylon Miller. This is a guy that I would compare to Deebo Samuel, right? 6 foot, 190 pounds, can run the football out of the backfield, can create separation as a wide receiver. One of those offensive weapons, if you will. And you look at LSU and what they're bringing in, guys like Caden Durham, guys like Draylon Miller, Harlem Berry in the 2025 class. You look at that high-octane offense we saw for LSU this year, that offense doesn't seem to be going away. And what's most exciting for LSU fans, and again, a season that maybe didn't live up to the expectations that you wanted it to, if you can get that defense right, this is an offense that looks like it's going to be good for a very long time. You address the defense maybe in the transfer portal, and this is an LSU program that is coming back. And I think Brian Kelly is kind of getting his guys in, getting that culture in, and you're seeing this LSU program make strides from where it was left from Coach O. If you're an LSU fan, you have to be fired up about what you're seeing from LSU on the trail. We'll leave it at that. Late night news for you as Keylan Moses commits to LSU in that 2025 class, a kid that when I turned on the film, had to talk about. Appreciate you guys rocking with the fellas. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to y'all later.